Welcome to another episode.
Patrick out with the hip injury. Terry McLaurin.
Now looking to throw. Loops the ball up. Leaping catch by Garrett Wilson down inside.
Okay. What's the name?
I love the intro.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Ins and Out with D podcast. I got two very special guests. This is the Shakedown crew with my girl Kayla and my guy King Pope. Welcome to the Ins and Out with D, ladies and gentlemen.
Welcome,
yes, sir. What's up?
Let's get into some things.
Yeah. This is new territory for y'all, but I'm gonna let Kayla run the show because this is your thing on the Shakedown.
Okay, so first, we already know this is an important weekend in the NFL. It's wild card round. This past Sunday ended the regular season out. It was an amazing season in the NFL. What was your initial reaction to this game on Sunday?
I mean, look, we won the game. We beat Dallas fully healthy. There was a lot of things that going on with the game. It was Sam Howell's first start. A lot of young guys got an opportunity to show out on national TV, and I was pretty excited for the moment. To get Sam Howell's first win against Dak Prescott and that Cowboys team, and now they got a bunch of question marks heading to the playoffs. But we got question marks as well.
And what was your initial reaction? How the season ended for you, Pope?
I was glad I didn't watch Tyler Huntley play. It was amazing not to see him out there. I'm sorry, y'all laughing, but I'm dead serious. I can't watch Tyler Huntley.
So you would prefer Brown to start on Sunday?
So I'll put it like this. Don't get me wrong, the kid made mistakes, right? He made some bad throws here and there. You know what I mean? But overall, some of his throws were some good passes. That pass that he made to Sammy Watkins on the outside, that's a great pass. I don't see Tyler Huntley making those type of passes. That's why I said I'd rather see Anthony Brown play than Tyler Huntley. I guess some people probably feel differently, but Tyler Huntley is not – he don't throw it to receivers well on the outside, and he's very inaccurate. Whereas, you give this young kid a chance to see at least somebody can throw the football to your wide receivers. I mean, Lamar was great at it, but Tyler Huntley just was not good at that, man. And this game that's coming up on Sunday is disappointing because my guy not going to be there, but I understand that he's hurt. But it's like you back to Tyler Huntley again, bro. You back to watching a mediocre guy. Tyler Huntley is not an NFL quarterback, and we got to understand.
To Baltimore next year?
Say again?
Heineke to Baltimore?
Is he going to be in Baltimore?
Come on, Kayla. Come on. That's nasty.
Is he going to be in Baltimore? Hey, man, we can only hope and pray, man. You know what I mean? We just hope the Ravens make the right decision.
That backup position?
I don't understand how you can sit there and watch Tyler and think he good. Let me ask you this question, Kayla. What make you think Tyler is good? What you see in him that looks great?
Nothing. He runs a little bit, but really nothing. He just manages the offense. He's not like
I don't even think he manages the offense. I just think that the running backs look good because they got JK back.
Talking about JK, how is the injuries looking like? What's the injury report heading into Sunday for the Ravens?
So Lamar just he put out a tweet today explaining that he still has swelling around his knee. He said it was almost a grade 3 sprain on his knee. So that's 100% sure you're not going to see Lamar Jackson on Sunday night. But pretty much everybody else will be there. You're going to have JK and all those guys. Those guys, the only reason why those guys sat out was because they knew they was in the playoffs and they just wanted to get them guys extra rest. So that's why they didn't play on last Sunday. But you'll see Mark Andrews and those guys. They'll play. They was just sitting out to just stay healthy for the playoff game.
And I saw Gus Edwards was back out there today as well for you guys.
Yeah. Hopefully he can get out there. If not, it's okay. We still got JK and Kenyon Drake too. Kenyon Drake was a solid back for us this year. You know what I mean? So if Gus can't get out there, we still got Kenyon Drake and JK that can get the job done. So I'm cool with that.
Okay, and what will the defense need to do to step up against Cincinnati's
Oh, you
offense?
know what? The defense gonna have to get turnovers. The defense gonna have to get turnovers, and they can't let Cincinnati have big plays. They can't let the ball go over top of their heads. You know what I mean? Getting and letting these receivers just go crazy on them. They gotta honestly they gotta play like how they played Cincinnati earlier this season, where they shut them down and Cincinnati then put up a bunch of points. They got to play tight defense and they got to create some turnovers. They just got to have it. And when they get those turnovers, those guys got to put points up off of those turnovers. You gotta make plays, man, and they got to make a lot of plays in this game in order to be able to win against this team because your offense is going to be hindered. It's going to be hindered a lot. You know what I'm saying? You're missing your star quarterback, and your offense is not as good without him. So you're gonna need your defense to really, do a lot because this Cincinnati Cincinnati Bengals offense is pretty damn good. So the Ravens gonna need a lot from their defense. Sad to say, and I'm pretty sure those guys they practicing and they already know that they're gonna have to put in a lot of work. But I mean, this is what you're gonna have to do to win this game.
Yeah, I agree. I think one of the things against this Bengals matchup is time of possession, trying to keep a ball away from Joe Burrow and giving the defense some rest and things like that. And when you look at it, Tyler Huntley, he has some limited things, kind of like Taylor Heineke, for instance. Like he doesn't have a elite arm or a strong arm, just like Lamar, but I'm thinking with Greg Roman, he has to find a way to move the ball against his defense and try to get enough points. 16 points is not good enough to beat the Bengals.
It's not. It's
I think
really
they just
not.
got to put pressure on Burrow early. They have to apply that pressure early. They need at least two turnovers.
And then
Then,
too, Kayla, with the game that they played on Sunday, right?
mhm.
When you're watching the game, right, they were getting pressure to Burrow, but they wasn't completing the sacks. Like they were letting Joe Burrow get away. So like when you get back there, you can't let him slip through your hands. You got to make the
Put
sacks.
him on the
Like
ground.
yeah, you got to get him on the ground. There's no let him scramble and move around because the moment he start doing that, the receivers come open. So it can't be let him scramble and get away. No, you got to get him down when you get there.
Pope, man, the transfer portal has opened, bro. What you gonna do about it, bro?
The transfer portal has opened.
The
I
transfer
don't
So
know, man.
as we're getting into, since we have brought up Lamar, uh,
Hey, ask Deuce what he want me to do about it.
dudes, what you want him to do about it?
Ah!
What did I just say?
Taylor Heineke. That's a dream.
You don't want the whole
Ain't no
Baltimore, the Raven Stadium chanting Heineken,
ain't
Heineken.
nowhere in the world. Ain't nowhere in the world we taking Heineke, man.
Okay, so what
A
would be the
dream.
best situation for Lamar if he was to go to another team? Or which quarterback would you like to see in that offense? Run first
Was
offense.
you said what would be the best situation for Lamar?
Yes.
That he's what you mean like for another team?
Yeah, if he can't get a deal worked out.
Oh, for me, he need to go to he so for me, a good option would be Seattle. I feel like Seattle has a great offensive line. I feel like they got the weapons. And if you look at it, Seattle's already building up their defense. They got great young corner talent over there. You seen that last year. They got high draft picks this year. They can make some great moves to fix their defense. You know what I mean? To add more to their defense that they're already working on. So I feel like, Seattle's a great place. Another another good team that Lamar could go to will be the Detroit Lions. It's a lot of young talent over there. You know what I mean? And you seen how good their defense was against the Green Bay Packers. That was great. The way they played. So
Mhm.
I feel like they're only going to get better. You know what I mean? But you could stick Lamar in there with all that young talent that they got on offense, especially with those receivers. And
And we
I
got
think
a run
that
game too.
exactly. I feel like that's a what I mean with the running
And I
back and
think that's
all
the
that.
type of coach that's needed for Lamar. But
I
Exactly.
agree.
So those two places I think are great places that he could go and he could grow. You know what I mean? Because
in
I think
another
everything's around him is great.
in another place for Lamar to me would be I wouldn't mind seeing him in Atlanta uniform. They don't have as much as many weapons, but I don't think that'd be a bad spot for Lamar to go to Atlanta.
The only
They
thing
are
that
a younger
bugs me
team.
about Atlanta is just that Atlanta got a lot of holes, and I just don't
But don't they
know.
have draft capital as well?
Well, you're gonna have to give up some of your draft capital to
Draft
get
capital
Lamar.
get
You
Lamar.
get what I'm
Yep.
saying? So it's like, yeah, that's why I
But
say Detroit and I say Seattle because they have pieces in place where so they don't need a lot. That's why I say that.
here's a good point though, and I'll add to that with Kayla. Who played in Atlanta for years and magnified that city?
Vic.
Matt Ryan, but ain't do nothing with it.
Hope said the right answer. I don't know why he said that.
I said, but ain't doing nothing with it. What you
Talk
But,
about, talk
but
about
look,
Vic, baby.
Mike Vick.
Michael Vick?
And then the thing about when you look at
That's system.
Lamar, him playing in Atlanta, that's an offensive line minded team. You know, Arthur Smith, he was praised for offensive linemen, how they built that team and things like that. They were top 10 rushing, and you got a young wide receiver, Drake London, who can probably get about 10 to 11 targets a game. He can finally use Kyle Pitts to his ability. I
And then they
think,
got a running back room. But I wish
yeah,
the one thing I wish that wouldn't have happened with Atlanta, they should have gotten rid of Ridley. I think they should have kept him for this upcoming season.
And see, that's a problem for me too, because you had a great receiver in Ridley and you let him go. So it's
Yeah.
like you gave away speed that I think that they still would need. I get it. I like Drake and I like Kyle Pitts, but where's your deep threat guy? You got to change the field to open up the spacing on the field. That was Crowell Ridley, and you gave him up. I gotta understand, you know what I mean? Y'all got problems because he was gambling. I guess you felt like you didn't want him there, but think about what Calvin really was to your team, bro. He was a major piece to that team, and I think they should have never let him go because their team could be great with that guy out there.
okay. So let's give our final score predictions before we show the special guests.
So for this game, for the Ravens game,
Oh, before that, real quick, what's the quarterback you like to see on the Ravens next year?
the quarterback I like to see next year on the Ravens.
Other
Lamar
than if
Jackson.
oh, this is only if Lamar doesn't work out.
Um, I ain't gonna hold you. If the Ravens are not gonna do what they need to do, it's my honest thing. You just, I'm be honest with you, run with Tyler Hunter the whole year, and you tank again, and you go get Caleb the next year. Because you ain't, I can't see them getting. They're not getting a top. They're not getting a top five pick. I don't believe. So you're not gonna get Caleb or C. I mean, you're not gonna get CJ or Bryce. So what's the purpose of trying to do that? You run with Tyler, have a bad season, and you go get Caleb the next year. Caleb Williams is your best option if you're not gonna go. If you're not gonna do what you gotta do for Lamar,
Okay.
that's your best option.
All right. So for me, I want Lamar to stay in Baltimore,
Me too.
but if they still have that same infrastructure and things like that, trade up against Anthony Richardson.
I can
Ooh,
see him. I can see that
I think
working.
he has the same skill sets and don't have the same elite athleticism like Lamar,
Mhm.
but the arm talent, he can be in a system where he doesn't have to be extremely exposed. They can do the same things they did with Lamar. And I just think it's also a fit in terms of durability. He's kind of built like Josh Allen in a way. He's not 6'5", but he's 6'3", a little bit solid. Now he did have some injuries in college, things like that, but he'll be on a rookie deal. You probably will have to trade up a lot to get up there though, but you won't really lose a beat. Now the big thing will have to be for the Baltimore Ravens is they have to address the wide receiver position.
Okay.
You cannot go another season knowing that the NFL has advanced enough where You're getting wide receivers on rookie deals. You're trading for elite wide receivers when they still have a shot. Look at DeAndre Hopkins. There's talks about him getting traded away and things
Yep.
like that. Baltimore has to break the generational thing of, hey, we're not going to invest in the wide receiver spot. You have to get a wide receiver, at least a wide receiver one, to help out the Baltimore Ravens. You
They
get
need at least a rookie and a proven veteran on that wide receiver room.
And I agree. And then you get Rashad Bateman back. Let's see what Rashad Bateman is fully healthy with this offense. I would probably bring back Demarcus Robinson. Some people in Baltimore won't like that, but I think he's a solid wide receiver 4 at least. He can help out and get the tough catches and things like that. But that's something that Baltimore has to do. And that's all I have to say.
Man, I take him over Prochet, and I take him over Prochet. You're right. I'll take the Marcus Robinson back. You know what I'm saying? You could put him, like you said, if you was to get a D Hop, and then you bring back Bateman, and say you keep Lamar, right? You keep Lamar, you gotta go get D Hop. I'm sorry, you gotta go get him. Do whatever you gotta do to go get D Hop. You understand? Then after you get D Hop, your first pick in the first round of draft should be a wide receiver. Do whatever you gotta do to go up and try to get JSN. If you get JSN, boom, you got JSN, you got Bateman, and you bring back D-Rob, like you said, for your 4th wide receiver. You can let Prochet walk. I mean, Duvernay can still be a little punt return man or whatever like that. But your receiving core is way better than it's ever been that you've ever had here in Baltimore. Now you're giving Lamar everything that he needs, and then all you gotta do is sit back and watch him be a freak of nature. That's it.
I have one question. Let's say Baltimore continue, like they ended up surprising people and make it far in the playoffs and make it maybe to the Super Bowl. Do you think Harbaugh will be the ones? Would they be all in on getting rid of Roman if they have a solid postseason or make it to the Super Bowl? Or do you think that Roman sticks around another season?
I think Roman is gone regardless. This is his last year regardless. You know what I mean? They have this is last year on contract. I think he's done regardless. So when the season is over, no matter what, Barry Roman is gone.
This is nasty word. This is nasty by Deuce, man. This is nasty.
Man, Deuce is doing everything he can, man. I understand, man. Campaign.
Shout out to the Burgundy Entry. That's up. All right. I'm tired of waiting, Kayla. Are you tired of waiting?
Yeah, I've been tired. Let's go. I'm ready.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing Darren Haynes, everybody. Darren Haynes. Shout out to Darren Haynes jumping on the show today. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited to see you, sir. This is a pleasure to meet you. Been keeping up with your work. I was a young Shaw University student. I was keeping up with you when you were talking about Washington team and things like that. I'm so excited to have you on the show today.
Hey, I'm happy to be on the show. Let's do this. We've been trying to work on this for about a few weeks now.
Yes. So let's get into things. What was your initial reaction on Sunday after that win? Were you satisfied with the win, or were you more excited about the draft, draft pick if we would have lost? What was your initial reaction on Sunday?
Well, my first reaction was it's good to whoop on the Dallas Cowboys. That's my first reaction. I have no ties to Dallas. My mom's a Cowboys fan. On Sundays when they play each other, like it's all hate for her. Yeah. Obviously we saw the Commanders on how we know they can play when they play really well. I just wish they did that against the Cleveland Browns. I just wish they did that against the 49ers. I wish they did that against the Giants twice.
Yeah.
But it gives some high hopes. You know, when you're in the locker room with them after the game, it's a better way to end the season with a little bit of momentum and knowing where they can be at. But the other side of it is it's just, it's a win, but it's disappointing because like we've been working for me to get on this show. We've been working on this about 3-4 weeks.
Yeah.
I went on vacation 3 weeks ago, them in playoff position.
Yep.
I came back from the Bahamas and I'm like, what the heck happened?
Okay. So do you believe that's on like coaching? Do you think it's the locker room dynamic? Where was the downfall on this team? Where did you see the spiraling started to happen?
So I think there was a lot of inconsistency this entire year. I mean, if this was a consistent team, we would have had the team that played against the Eagles the entire season. We would have had the team that played against the Cowboys the entire season. It was inconsistent. I mean, they start off the season. I mean, they sucked. You know what I mean? And then all of a sudden, obviously Carson Wentz gets hurt. They get that win over the Bears with Carson Wentz. And then next, they win games, and then they play the Giants. And then, it's like this roller coaster season that, obviously Commander fans have been used to the entire year, not having like a winning record and stuff like that. It definitely has to do with the coaches. They have to get them ready every single particular game. Also the players. I mean, they got to take responsibility. They're the ones out on the field playing the game. It's not like Jack Del Rio's going to line up as linebacker like back in the day and he's playing. I mean, the players got to still play. They got to execute the game plan that they put together. It's a mixture of a bunch of things. But I mean, the biggest thing to highlight, bro, or not bro, I mean, there's obviously ladies on here too, is the quarterback issues. I mean, like we've been dealing with that forever. You know what? And I'm going to say it right now. And you make sure you tag them. No, I don't want to do that because it's wrong. Don't tag them. But think about it. This is all a side effect of Alex Smith getting hurt.
That's true.
Yeah.
Alex Smith never got hurt. We would have never drafted Dwayne Haskins if obviously we would have never had Ryan Fitzpatrick. We would have never had how many quarterbacks when Alex got hurt? We went through 10 quarterbacks. Something like that.
Sorry, quarterback for a full season. That's sad.
Yeah, so it's obviously it's not Alex Smith's fault, but that was supposed to be a quality quarterback who was doing great things. They were in playoff position, winning record and everything when he was there. And when he got hurt, that's when this whole quarterback drama really started to gain speed again. And so here we are, another offseason, wondering who's going to be our quarterback.
And can I tell you how I want them to take the quarterback from this off season? I don't want them to cheer to the media and everything that house the guy, but I want Hal to be the guy, have that confidence, have conversations with Hal. Also, I would like them to on a quarterback friendly deal, bring in Heineke, and then I wouldn't mind in the draft getting Hayden Hooker to be that third string quarterback.
You know what's funny about Hooker? I'm in Miami, about to leave for the Bahamas. I went to a wedding in Miami. All of a sudden, we're checking out of the hotel. It's Hooker and a couple of his teammates behind me in Miami.
Oh, nice.
Bro, I didn't know whether to turn into a media person or a recruiter. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I saw him face to face, which was pretty dope. I will give you guys this information. I'm talking to Taylor Heineke. This is on the side. This is away from all the other media, right? And Taylor Heineke, says straight up, when Sam Howell, came during OTAs and stuff like that, after they drafted him, he saw why Howell is special. And this is a guy Taylor Heineke believes can lead this franchise. He was totally confident without a doubt, because us with the media, we only see when they practice, to do their normal individual drills. We don't see them when they're going, 11 on 11. So for Heineke to say that, to be this guy has the goods to lead this franchise, he's special, that goes a long way. So we only saw a taste of what Sam Howell can do. But remember also during that preseason game, Howell played pretty well as well.
Yep, you can't sleep on preseason.
Correct. But I think us as Washington fans, think about like someone in the dating world. Like if we keep getting cheated on, we don't trust people. You know what I'm saying? Like that's hanging over our head. And right now we're like, okay, yeah, we saw what Howell can do, but we've had bad luck with quarterbacks. I don't know if we can trust it fully 100% yet.
But they don't give them the opportunity. They need to just develop the quarterback within. Like I think that changes organizations as well. If you actually take the time, don't go up there and have them. Unless they have one bad year or half of a bad year, don't sit there and throw them out to the wolves and bring in somebody like better who's got to learn a whole new offense. That stuff like that plays. It's not just a physical game; it's a mental game as well.
Absolutely, but look at it this way: they're going to get a new offensive coordinator now. From what I'm told, they will interview Zampese, the quarterbacks coach for Washington, but they definitely want to hire somebody from outside coming in. And my thing with this, and I've dealt with different coaching changes and stuff like that when I play college ball. I'm sure they're going to try to find somebody that the system can sort of say the same. But when an offensive coordinator brings in his own philosophy, the terminology also changes.
Yeah.
So while it could be Y banana left right, maybe a sweep. Now it may be apple juice Kool-Aid from the corner store, and the terminology changes. So they're going to have to learn that all again.
That's definitely true.
That's an interesting point, and I think that kind of plays into the quarterback position as a whole as well. Like, if you're getting an offensive coordinator, what type of quarterback that knows that type of system you want to bring in? Is it a Brissett? Is it a guy that knows the system very well that can compete with Sam Howell? I believe they want Howell to compete with anyone they bring in, but eventually they want him to grow and be the QB1 of the future.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. I think if we don't get a quarterback this offseason, I think you're probably looking at a battle between Taylor Heineke and Sam Howell, and Sam Howell will probably get that week 1 start. I know Heineke, he just loves being in Washington, and he doesn't mind playing that role as a backup quarterback. I mean, don't get me wrong, everybody will want to be a starter, but I think Heineke's one of those guys where he knew he wasn't in the league for a certain period of time. He was about to give up on his dream, and now he's living a dream. So he doesn't take any opportunity for granted. If I'm on the team, that's cool with me, because I could be back in grad school at Old Dominion.
I got a quick question for you, right?
Yeah.
Because I'm I'm outside looking in the Washington Commanders organization. So when I watched the interview that Ron Rivera had after the game where they lost and they got that kicked them out of the playoffs, and he literally sit there and said that he didn't know that this game would kick them out of the playoffs. What was your first initial reaction when he said that? Because to me, as a fan, right, that's a fireable offense to me, because as a coach, you know what games, that as a coach, you know what I'm saying, and you know what you got to do to get in. So to sit there and say that as boldface to me, it makes me feel like as a fan, you really just didn't care or look into the fact of what we need to do to get in. So tell me from your perspective, exactly how you felt when Ron said that.
All right. So first, just Ron Rivera did sort of clear up what he actually meant by it. But let's go back to my reaction. Remember, I'm in the Bahamas, y'all. I'm already lit. You know what I'm saying? I'm already on the beach, had a couple rum punches and stuff like that. And I'm looking at my wife yo, I love Ron Rivera. He's a cool dude, always been cool with me. I can't back him up on this one. That's 100% unacceptable. You gotta know that. Yeah. You know what I mean? You gotta know that. Because there's right. People that I like, and you wanna keep it real, and you wanna say for an example, Ron Rivera's record, never had a winning record. That's a fact. You got to put the factual stuff out there, but also you want to say, hey, he's dealt with so much. He had the cancer deal, COVID. He's changed the culture of the team. So you want to try to be balanced. That one, I have nothing to balance. I it would be one of those things, Ron, to be like, hey, Ron, listen, bro. I want to have your back, but bro, there's no excuse for that.
Okay, and I have another question. What do you think? In the draft is coming up, what do you think is needed more in the first round? Do you think they should be sellers again, try to get more picks? But I do believe with that presser the other day that we're going to get offensive linemen. No team can be successful playing tic-tac-toe at center. Center is so unappreciated in the NFL. We didn't have players that don't even play that position. And then also, what do you think about Eric Flowers not being retained? He wasn't in the NFL this season at all. Do you think it was personal? Or do you think we should have retained him? I believe that's one player. Scherf is understandable. I don't believe with Flowers.
All right, let's get to the Eric Flowers question later. In broadcast, we call that double barrel questions. Okay. So you get 2 questions. You're trying to think about the first one. By the time you answer the first one, you forget about the second one. So make sure I talked about the Eric Flowers one. Now I'm trying to figure out what was the first question.
It's about the draft.
Oh, the draft. All right.
That's actually one of the first questions by Burger Infantry. What would you do to move with pick 16?
So here's the thing. I don't care if they move back. Like, remember last year they made some deals to kind of move back a little bit, but they got more draft picks to kind of boost up in the middle of the draft because they felt it was strong. I think that kind of worked out for them a little bit. I don't care where they move, but they need to do whatever they can. And I'm gonna go this way. Damn, I want a freaking quarterback. But I'm a former running back, you guys. I have dealt with an offensive line that wasn't that good, and I went from rushing for 1,000 yards to like getting stuffed every carry. Like, I know the importance of the foundation of having like an offensive line. And I can remember like the Dallas Cowboys, you know, if it was back in the 90s or whatever a few years ago, where they stocked up their offensive linemen to help out their running game. If you establish the running game, it establishes the pass. It's like a domino effect. So like if they can do something this time around, because they have the weapons on offense, they need to figure out some way to keep Payne around on defense. They have the defense. I think obviously we can upgrade on the linebacker position and stuff like that, but the defense played well. They started off weird, but they played well. Let's leap. That's good. If they can get this offensive line, it'll give any quarterback who stinks plenty of time to do what they need to do. So I don't know what Ron Rivera and Martin Mayhew may do in regards to moving up and down in the draft, but I think what they need to look at is building up their offensive line. That could mean drafting offensive linemen in the first round. Also maybe possibly signing a veteran offensive lineman, but they definitely need to boost that O-line position up.
What about like the Eric Flowers situation? I think that he comes back here during some point. Like he was, well, I think it may have been coaching with him. He's a guard or tackle in the NFL.
I think something could be going on with Eric Flowers that we may not know about.
That's what I've been thinking too.
You know, I can only, even though I'm not trying to compare these two at all, but like Junior Gillette, right? Mm-hmm. Junior Gillette played really well, and the next thing you know, he was just like, you know, according to him, like blackballed. I'm not saying that Eric Flowers is being blackballed, but like there's got to be something going on why Eric Flowers was with Washington, went somewhere else, and came back. And like, I wish I had an answer for you, but it is pretty telling that you have a good veteran like that that's nowhere. And especially like Washington could have used him.
Very much so. Definitely the latter part of the season.
So why, you know, when they had offensive issues, why? What?
And what? Okay. And another thing, what are 3 players this season that like disappointed? For me, it was Dax Milne kind of disappointed me a little bit.
You saying 3 players that disappointed you?
Yes.
Okay,
team.
go ahead.
I'll say Dax Milne. I'll say Logan Thomas, but I think that's more of scheming and actually the coordinator not getting the Titans involved. And then of course Norwell, because he didn't look terrible last season. I don't know what was it, the playbook. Because we have a solid offensive line coach. I don't think it was coaching. I just think it was injuries and them not knowing the playbook. Mm-hmm. But I'll say it's going to be Norwell, Dax, and Logan Thomas.
All right, let me think. For me, you know what? I'm gonna throw Dax in there as well. I don't like the guy punt returning. Like, I'm in the media press box. Like, this dude's gonna get tackled. This dude's never gonna break a run. Like real talk. If I was a special teams coordinator, I'll be going to like Ron Rivera or you know at the time Scott Turner and be like, hey bro, you know, we can get Jahan in here maybe just one time. I know he didn't really return punts and stuff, but he was practicing a little bit. But I'll give the rock to Jahan Dotson in the open field any day. Like, that boy is special.
Yeah.
But Dax, man, like it's a guaranteed. Like, he's gonna catch it, get 1 yard, and get tackled. Or 90% of the time he's doing this, and that's it.
He'll guarantee.
Listen,
9 yards every single time.
Listen, he has the good hands to obviously to catch the punt. Like, I was a kick returner. I never did punts. It's like, it's different the way you You got to catch that guys are coming down. You know, you can't really see them and stuff like that. You hear their footsteps. But bro, like he gets like 1 yard every punt return. Like I don't know what the actual number is. All right, let me chill out on Dax, man, because he's a cool dude. But like,
I think he's a better receiver than punt returner.
Well, there's no room for him on
I know,
the. This got too much talent in front of him, receiver route though, in the receivers. So he's not gonna get any playing time there. But I don't know, man. Yeah. All right, I got to pick 2 more players. All right, so can I say Wentz is one of those dudes?
Yeah.
Do I need to waste our time and explain that one?
No.
we all know why Wentz is that guy.
Yeah.
All right, cool. All right. My third one will probably be Cole Holcomb, and probably not his fault because, like, you know, we had struggles and we knew we didn't restock up really on the linebacker position, right? And so, like, Cole Holcomb was one of those guys that, like, we really needed him as that leader to kind of last throughout the entire season. And next thing you know, he has that one injury, and then it's like, okay, where's Cole? Why is he not coming back? Where is he at? And then, you know, season-ending injury. So can't say it's Cole's fault, but it's disappointing because I expected more from him this year, and we didn't really get any of that.
Yeah, for the linebacker room next year, I wouldn't be mad if they sign Payne. If they sign Payne, I'm fine with Cole staying maybe at a smaller contract. Cole being brought back, then I want Davis, and then a draft pick and Hudson, and then Eifler in a practice squad. We seem to go through linebackers.
Yeah. No, I mean, linebacker position is a spot where they need to address. I still got to go offensive lineman though.
Yeah,
I
think for the linebacker position, you know, when we look at Cole Holcomb and Jamin Davis, that's a young group, and Cole Holcomb, he's one of the lone veterans outside of Bostic and Mayo. And
but Bostic never really played. Like, Bostic didn't play that much.
And with Cole,
I got another question for you.
He doesn't have the green dot. I want them to keep Davis with the green dot because I think Cole will play better.
Yeah, dude, Jamin balled out after he got called out.
Yeah,
oh shoot! Hey, I just spit bars right there. I don't know if you peeped that. I just spit bars. Yeah, like, so big ups to Jamin, man, for really like showing up when Jack Del Rio was calling him out.
Okay, so now who are your 3 favorite players this season?
My 3 favorite players.
Oh,
my 3 favorite. Terry will be my number 1 guy.
Generational player.
Dang, you gotta prepare me for that. I would have put something together. Man, I see. Here's the thing. I don't want to use this as one of mine, but like, imagine if Jahan Dotson didn't get hurt. Imagine if Jahan Dotson just played 2 games out of like, what did he miss? Like 5?
Oh my God!
He would have broke the rookie receiving record.
He's a great young talent.
He's special.
Yes,
dude, you see him run routes?
Yes. You ever watched the video of him? You ever watched the video of his route running?
No, I never watched it, but I mean I watch it when I see it in games.
Man, I've seen a videotape of him with his footwork. It's crazy. It's crazy. Like, he's gonna be, man, y'all got a great one.
I want to pick a defensive guy, man.
Hey, DT, you know I got a linebacker for you too if you need one, bro.
Come on,
linebacker from where?
He likes the Raiders.
I got a linebacker for y'all if y'all need one.
Roquan Smith. That's the
no, I can send you. No, I'm sending you PQ. I'm sending you PQ.
We don't want PQ.
No,
I'm sending you PQ.
He need another dominant linebacker beside him to elevate his game.
No, I'll send you PQ, man. Enjoy him.
Yeah, all right. So I'm gonna put this out here just because I love how my man kind of stepped in and he actually made some great defensive plays this year. When I don't think people really like expected that, but Derek Forrest.
Stole my answer.
You know what I'm saying? Like let's be real.
He's made a play.
Let's be real. Like, did really anybody like think of Derek Forrest before he got that first interception?
Me.
You ain't thinking no Derek Forrest.
Yes, I did.
You ain't thinking about no Derek Forrest. Hey yo, follow Derek Force's dad on Twitter, bro. Like he be going in, dude. But yeah, I mean, there's other people who can get it, but I like Derek Force because he's just one of those guys that like, okay, someone's hurt, let me fill in, and then he rose to the occasion, and now like it's kind of like almost like Cam Curl, like he came in and was like, oh, okay, this dude can ball out. So I like what Derek Force did. So I'll say that's my third guy.
Okay.
All right, so I got a quick question for you, right? So I understand you're a media guy. So with everything,
Dude, I ain't no media guy, man. I'm just city kid from New Haven, Connecticut, man.
But you do some media work. You know what I'm saying? So
nah,
with that being said, right? This situation in Baltimore is very weird. The whole world is stopping to see what's going on with Lamar Jackson, right? So, just me, knowing my team and what goes on about Lamar. Lamar is special to Baltimore, special to a lot of people. You know what I mean? He's done so much, and he's been a model citizen and a stand-up guy, and he's done everything in his power to elevate this team. And I think that he's outgrown the entire system. From you looking from the outside in, what do you feel like Lamar's going to do, or what's the best decision for Lamar Jackson?
All right. Well, one, I think one of the biggest issues is like Lamar Jackson represents himself. And I mean, it's all good to represent yourself. I think you kind of, in those standpoints, you need some help with that. Someone else to kind of handle that day-to-day stuff, so you can just focus straight on football. At first, for a second, I thought they were holding Lamar Jackson out because of the whole contract deal. You know what I'm saying? Like, think about how many times like Ron Rivera was like, yeah, Curtis Samuel, yeah, he's just getting this and that. And then the next thing you find out, like Curtis Samuel was like really dealing with something very serious, and they weren't really sharing that information. Remember Will Jackson? Like, you know what I'm saying? Oh, my back hurt. Man, they're keeping him out so they can trade him. So like, you just never know like what's really going on with Lamar Jackson. I do agree with you. Like, Lamar has been the face of that franchise, but something weird is going on there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, something weird is going on. I like what's funny is like I actually already I had it on my phone where it's like the report was that he suffered this posterior, I can't even pronounce it, whatever the ligament is, grade 2 sprain, borderline of a strain 3. I guess that's I'm just reading what is on the knee injury.
Yeah, he just posted a tweet not too long ago.
Yeah. So he's giving an update. So maybe to clear that up or whatever. I don't know, bro. I will say this though, like, would you be mad if like Lamar signs here?
No.
Hey, in real talk, like real talk, the Ravens will actually. You can't replace Lamar Jackson, but like if Huntley can be healthy, you know what I'm saying? Like they're actually decent with him.
If you watch Huntley play football,
I can't hear you.
You watch Huntley play football?
I watched him a lot last year.
Okay, then you answer my question because you didn't watch him this year. Wait, you ain't watch Tyler Huntley this year, boy. I ain't gonna hold you. Hey, DT, you know I ain't lying. If you watch Tyler Huntley this year, it ain't the same Tyler Huntley you seen last year. I'll tell you that.
They must have got game tape on him.
They do, and it shows. It's bad.
It's what's so tough, which I wish we can do more of here. Like we're so like Commanders focused. Like when I first got here, it was like Commanders Ravens. We were everywhere, and then it was just like, focus on the Commanders and stuff like that. So like I gotta get out to some more like Ravens games and even like their practices and stuff like that. But like, but that's a.
To me, it's a weird type of air going on, and I'm gonna be honest with you, it's nowhere in the world that my quarterback should be putting out a tweet about his knee. He should not be telling the world what his knee is and why his knee is what it is. That should be from the inside, from your head coach. Your head coach should be able to handle that instead of standing in front of the media and acting like, oh, I don't want to talk about this injury. Well, I don't like clear the air. He's got his knee is worse than we thought it was. I'm sorry that we thought he would be back earlier, but it's not. He just it's not healing the way we thought it was. And that's all you gotta say. But instead he gets so mad with the media because they ask him the questions, but that's their job. Like you gotta stop lying to the media and just give them, you don't have to give them everything, but you give them something with those some more understanding of the situation.
Well, let's look at this on every single team that I've ever covered in the league. I mean, medical information, you guys, like, that's just not for everybody to know. You know what I'm saying?
I get you.
Like, imagine if we all went to the doctor and then there was some PR person be like, "Oh, I'm gonna make up a random name. Oh, Jason Smith came for the medicine for the STD." You know what I'm saying? Like, imagine if someone, like, you don't want your personal information being put out like that. I think something like what Lamar did is because of people like us or whatever it is, like wondering, like, what the heck is going on? Is he really hurt like that? Why isn't he back yet? You know, the dude hasn't practiced in over a month. So I think it's also a guy like Lamar who has in the past hasn't shied away from replying to people on social media. That's smart and sometimes bad in certain cases. If you guys remember what he did not too long ago.
Oh yeah.
But he felt the need to put that out there.
Okay, so what would you like to see from our offense this upcoming year with the new coordinator?
I need somebody young, but also who has the experience to know what the heck they're doing and make the right calls when the pressure is really on. You know, from what I've heard is Scott Turner, it wasn't just this year that they're questioning his play calling, but it was like a track record throughout his time here. So I need somebody new and innovative who can really utilize all these weapons, but also smart when it's 2nd and 1. I'm making this up. Give B-Rob the ball.
Oh, yep.
You know what I'm saying?
You're not making that up. You're not making that up.
Curtis Samuel should not be having the ball in no 3rd and 9 or no jet sweep. That shouldn't be happening.
You're not making that up.
Hey, let me bring this up. What do you guys think about that Titans game when they were on the 1-yard line? So I think they didn't have it. I don't think they had any timeouts, right?
No timeouts left.
But you're on the 1-yard line. Would you have thrown the ball or would you have run the ball?
I would have did a quarterback sneak. Carson should have did something different.
Oh, hell no.
That was outside. They would have predicted a run.
Nah.
You gonna
yo?
But if they
I'm shutting it down. I'm taking over the show. You're trying to tell me on the 1-yard line, game on the line, you're gonna give it to Wentz?
Not to throw.
I mean, listen. Wentz did have that one touchdown. Whatever. Nah, my trust in Wentz at that particular time was very slim. Who was still playing during that time? Was JD McKissick still around?
I think so. I think like after that game he got hurt.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember, but like, dude,
and that's another play.
Give the back the ball. And maybe I'm biased because I'm a running back, but dude, it's 1 yard.
Yeah.
It's 1 yard. Who knows, bro? But yo, I can't, man. I'm in the press box sometimes, and we're just like, we're like, yo, why did he call that? Like, why didn't he just run the ball here? Or
if you feel that way,
kind of play was that?
If you feel that way, then you watch Greg Roman play calling.
That's he's had some issues over the years.
Yes.
Yeah, I heard he's like, this is what I saw someone else post. I have no clue, but like possibly they may look at him coming here. When I heard of that, the first thing I thought was just like, I don't know.
Boy. So Darren, we got a couple of questions for you. So Red Zone in the Lab asks, what are your thoughts on the budget meeting schedule for Monday?
This is the one with Mayu and Ron with the owners.
Yeah.
All right. This is what I kind of hope will happen. Will be like, if I was Dan, hey Ron, Martin, Bezos is going to take over things, and I'm gonna step back, and they're gonna have a meeting with you after I sell the team in a couple weeks. Maybe that's how the meeting should go. Nah, but what I hope is gonna happen is obviously they're gonna figure out some ways to really find a way to get the money to bring Payne back, however that looks. But also like what money and how they want to use their money and stuff like that in regards to filling some of these voids that we have. I mentioned that a veteran offensive lineman, after they draft a good offensive lineman, that's what I hope they get out of this. But if I can have the real world, it will be, hey, Ron and Martin, I'm not going to be your owner moving forward. So like, just wait until Bezos comes in, and then you guys have another budget meeting.
Okay.
He has a lot more money than me.
And do you believe Hard Knocks is going to be like a distraction for this organization, or do you think it's needed?
They don't need a Hard Knocks. Nah, they don't, bro.
I don't think so either.
Listen.
I don't think so either.
Listen. It's already a PR disaster that they had to deal with this past year. Mm-hmm. You think they really want to have people come in a building and knowing everything that's going on? Nah. I mean, they've changed a lot of those things, but like right now, what the Commanders need to do is work on their football game and just focus on that. Who cares what us, the media, what we want? Like, close them doors, like shut it down. They don't need a Hard Knocks. They don't need more drama on a show that like brings drama. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. And before we close out, we got a few more minutes left. Do you have any questions for me? Because this is like so amazing. Like,
wait, say that again.
Do you have any questions like that you want to ask to us before we close out?
I didn't even think about that. Shoot, I didn't. You put me on the spot. So here, I'll put it. Let me think of this. Let's go the head coach Ron Rivera route, right?
Okay.
This fourth year coming up, like, do you feel like he's on the hot seat? Do you feel like if he does not have a winning season, Ron Rivera is gone?
Yes. Yeah. I think they have to win a playoff game for him to stay at this point.
You don't think
he's going playoff game? Okay.
You don't think his seat is hot right now?
Oh, it's hot as hell. But I think what's saving him is the. I don't think even if there wasn't an ownership issue, I don't think Ron. I think Ron will still be around here because Ron actually has done a lot. But nah, I'm with you on that one. Like, Ron's got to have a winning season.
So how confident are we in Ron and Marty to get this right? I mean, it's already year 4, still uncertainty at the quarterback position. The offensive line has extremely regressed, almost 3 out of 5 starters. You got some weapons. Defense going to have a lot of guys that's going to be coming up with contracts. Like, can this group get this right so we can be the team that we expect to be? Because this team is way too talented to be 8-1, and especially when they were 7-5-1 on a Sunday night against the Giants team. We know they're way talented, but they got out coached the past couple of weeks. Like, I think that's a big question mark right there.
Man, I wish I could answer that question because like you mentioned, they have the talent. They've been inconsistent, which I mentioned before. Like I wish I had like the answer.
Do you question guys like Terry and Allen, the players like that, to bring the consistency? Maybe speeches more, do more with the players.
I don't question them at all. It's weird because I'm just trying to put my mind like where they are, where I don't know a way that even Ron possibly knows how to correct them to make sure they are consistent. Like I don't know more they can do than what they already do now. I remember Josh Norman told me, he was like, when I kind of would give him updates on all the things, the issues that's going on with the team, he'd be like, bro, that team is cursed. Like it's just cursed. I mean, it may be just a little bit of the negative things that surround that organization, the distractions that surround that organization. I get it. You can have a guy like John Allen that's like, I'm turning off my social media so I don't have to pay attention to that. But like, we all live in a world where we watch TV and, we do want to look on social media. So we see and hear certain things that could be a distraction. And then us in the media, we have to ask them about that. So like, I mean, who knows? Let's think about like RG3, right? And this is nothing about his time playing here, but I remember going to Baltimore, and when Robert Griffin III was there, I was looking around like, damn, RG3, like, dude, these facilities are off the chain. He's like, bro, it's 10 times better than Washington.
Oh,
like,
wow.
Like, think about it like a college team, right? You go to Alabama, you have all these freaking amazing facilities, everything's dope. Like, you know that saying, like, you look good, you play good? Like you feel better, you're treated better with the Baltimore Ravens. If you go there, it's like a castle. You go to the Commander spot, like, it's just like, what's the best way? Like the Ravens are Target and like the Commanders are Walmart.
Wow.
Wow, that's crazy.
Wow.
That is crazy.
But you know what I'm saying? Like, you go in the locker room. If you compare the locker room, practice locker room for the Commanders and the Ravens, bro, seriously, the Ravens, you're driving a Maserati. The Commanders, a Honda Accord.
Huh?
Bro, they're totally different. Dude, the Ravens locker room is off the chain.
Wow.
Bro, these NFL teams though, like, come on.
Well, how long has that Ashburn building been around?
Ooh.
Well, actually, you know what? Hey, scratch that. Don't even worry about the locker room. Dude, isn't the FedEx Field is older than M&T Bank, isn't it?
Yes. Yeah.
But when you drive by M&T Bank, you're like, damn, this joint look new.
Yep.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Yeah. I get you on that one.
The same, man. It could have something to do with just how things are and how they're treated. The players, who knows, man. You look good, you play good. Maybe if your facility looks good, you'll play better on the field. I don't know.
And I done been to different stadiums, and I feel like other stadiums are better than the Ravens, like way better.
Yeah, I mean, their stadium's better than the Ravens. Like,
state of the art, man. I've been to Vegas. Their stadium is crazy.
Well, you can't compare Vegas when you.
No, I'm just saying.
Like,
what I'm saying is
stadium like last night.
No, what I'm saying is when I hear you say about the Commander Stadium compared to the Ravens, and I'm thinking to myself, like, I've been to Vegas, and just to listen to how poor, the Commanders are with their facilities, it's like, bro, these NFL teams, and like, you're supposed to have top-notch everything. Like, this is supposed to be top of the line. You know what I mean? Like, that's why it's mind-boggling to me. But I'm not like comparing the Ravens to Vegas. I'm just saying, like, just to see how low the Commanders are compared to what I've seen is crazy. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, listen, there's definitely better college facilities, like locker room facilities, better than the Commanders. And I'm not trying to trash the Commanders at all. I think they just need an upgrade. They need to renovate that entire room, and that may not be their focus. Who knows why? We may come here next year and they get a new, practice facility or whatever it is. I mean, part of their practice facility, they have like this big turf field, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's like the old turf. Like, I don't know if you know the old school turf. They used to have, like, I don't think it has little sand pellets, but it's the old turf field. Like, that's been there forever. They don't even use it. And my thought is like, tear that up, make that a nice, like, I just went blank, not actual turf, field turf type of field, right?
Right. I got you.
So, like, why is it just sitting there? It's like my uncle Al, where he has this old car sitting out in his yard. And that old car's been there for like 15 years and nobody ever moved it. Like, do something with it. That field's just sitting there.
All right, so we're about to wrap things up. Where can everybody follow you guys? What content do y'all have coming up? Go ahead, DT. We're gonna start with you.
You can follow me at Darren M Haynes. So like my name on here, just take the dot out, put the at before it. You can follow me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Black Planet, MySpace, Yahoo Instant Messenger, AOL, FarmersOnly.com, all that type of stuff. Just put in that name right there. Coming up tonight, I have all Wizard stuff tonight though. Unfortunately.
Yeah, I was at the game last night. That Kyle Kuzma shot. Oh my god.
Listen, I went to school in Detroit, right? And so I had a lot of friends from Flint. Oh, they hitting me up. That's my boy Flint. Flint, what up? What up? What up? I was like, here y'all go. But listen, I'll give Kuz the rock. Game on the line. I'll take Kuz, dude.
Okay. I'll give him the rock before Rui. A game on the line.
Yeah. Nah, Kuz is a good dude, man. But yeah, we talking about Kuz's pink sweater tonight. Because they giving away they giving away those bobbleheads tomorrow. Yes. Best believe I'm going to the game so I can just get one. But lastly, one quick thing that's actually pretty dope, because actually when I'm on it, because I'm using my phone, Coach Loxley just texted me. I'm doing something Maryland. Like what's dope as heck, they got the NIL deal where they have their own merchandise, where now every single student athlete can make money off their likeness. But at the same time, like this organization that they partnered with is like teaching them, they're educating them how to make the proper business decisions so they're not all on their own. So I think that's pretty dope. They're getting paid, but also educated at the same time.
That's amazing.
That's amazing.
Heck no! I wish it showed up 20 years ago when I played.
Exactly, right? I feel you on that one.
I would make sure I have a Popeyes deal, Church's Chicken deal.
Mm-hmm.
I have them both. I have Popeyes and Church's Chicken going against each other.
Okay.
Hey, whatever you gotta do to make that money, man.
Yeah, but Coach Loxley, man, that dude's changing that program. It sucks that they got to play like Ohio State and stuff like that. But that's a mountain. That's a mountain.
DT, that was nasty.
Hey, go Bucks, man. Go Bucks, baby.
Okay.
You a Buckeyes fan?
Yes, sir.
Man, bro. I know y'all wrapping up the show, but I covered Michigan, dude. I've never been to a game at the U, and I saw a car with Michigan plates flipped over by y'all fans. I'm done with y'all. Y'all are crazy, y'all. Bro, y'all are good, but y'all fans are crazy.
The
y'all
craziest
travel
fans
well.
to me is Giants fans. One punched me in the face. After that, I don't like Giants fans.
Wait, you said you don't like Giants fans?
Nope, I got punched in the face at the end of that game. The last game we played at home. I'm perfectly fine with them.
You talking about the New York Giants?
The New York Football Giants.
Okay, because your boy grew up a Giants fan. Die hard. Die hard.
Yeah, that's
Die hard.
That's a nasty movie.
Hey, but real talk, I can care less about the team now. I'm a Northeast dude. Connecticut, we don't have no pro teams. We can't. UConn Huskies are our pro team. So you either like the Giants or Patriots, Red Sox or Yankees, whatever like that. I grew up a Yankees, Knicks, Giants fan, die hard. Now I can care less about all of them.
They shocked about the reveal, man. They shocked about the reveal.
Yeah. Yo, why are these people hating on me? Are they booing me? Hey, but real talk, dude. Like I had season tickets to Giants games. I used to hate when the freaking Redskins came to town. Like you knew that was gonna be a war. A war. But yeah, I can care less about the Giants now. They can kick rocks. If the Commanders can go undefeated and whoop on the Giants, I can talk junk to my dad. We good. My mom's a Cowboys fan. We gotta make her look bad too.
Oh wow.
Bro, I got nothing to do with that. I was born into that.
Yeah, boy.
Yo, hey, nah, let me defend myself on that. I was a young kid. My dad bought season tickets. You know what I'm saying? It didn't come out of my bank account. You know what I'm saying? I didn't call the ticket office like, hey, let me get season tickets to the. Nah, dog, my dad did it and brought me because he knew I like football.
Bro, they coming at you hard.
Yeah.
It's all good.
All right, DT, what you got coming up? Any content coming up?
Yeah, I'm about to get active on his channel. The life of a teacher is pretty crazy right now. But you guys can follow me at D Cleveland Jr. on Twitter. You can follow my Instagram, Cleveland Jr. Sensei. I'm gonna be doing draft content. I'm gonna be interviewing guys from HBCUs, such as my alma mater, Shaw University, Old Dominion, and guys like that. Give them an opportunity to share their stories for this upcoming NFL draft. And gonna have the Shakedown crew. We're gonna have some conversation stuff up here, talk about the off season, man. I can't wait for y'all to enjoy the process.
All right, what you got coming up, Pope?
Yeah, you can follow me on Twitter at Pope Pierre on Twitter. It's Pope_Pierre. You can follow me there on Twitter. Also, I'll be down with the Shakedown DMV. I don't know if my playoff season gonna be that long because you know what I mean. My quarterback is out, so I'm hoping and praying that we do shock the world and beat those
You think
Bengals.
on
Because
championship?
if it's anything that I want the most, it's for us just to beat the Bengals and send them home. Because all the whining and crying about what happened with DeMar Hamlin and y'all didn't get treated fairly with all the situations. I just think that it's time for them to be able to sit on the couch and realize that you should be thankful for the situation that you're in. So for that, if the Ravens could send them home, that would make my whole season for me, and I would be great and happy about it. But hopefully we sign Lamar Jackson in the offseason, man. I really believe that he is Baltimore. I believe that he is representation, but I would like to see a lot of different changes. If that's coaching changing and also with getting better players to surround him with. So yeah, hopefully that's how I feel.
Are you gonna show the people where you at so we can see you?
I'm home, man. I'm home, man.
Real talk.
I'm home in the house, man. I'm
Up.
sorry. I'm home in the house, relaxing, man.
Yeah, I thought my man was probably like in the bed, snuggled up, like yeah.
Nah.
Like
Okay.
like 90% of us when we do these Zoom calls sometimes, man, you don't want to show your face. You could be on the toilet taking a poop, but you in that business meeting. Yeah, man. Yeah, the numbers we're stock is high. Yeah. Hold on, mute, flush, unmute once the flush is done.
Okay, so y'all can
I'm
follow
home.
me on KI Powell on Twitter. I will be breaking down live some of the playoff games. Also, I want to dive into like the when the NBA postseason comes on. I want to do some all-star content on my Twitter as well. Follow like live updates throughout. But right now I'm about to start breaking down the playoff games starting this weekend. The ones that I've shown on my screen, I will be live quarter by quarter by quarter of what's going on in those games. And also, I just want to just say God is just great. That's all I wanted to say. Like, if people ain't know there's one, there's definitely one. And next season, Commander season, you want to hear? We're going to get 10 wins next season. I don't know about that playoff one, but it needs to happen. But I have faith.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, sure. If we get 10 wins, we better make the damn playoffs.
We should have had 10 this season. Tennessee and the Giants. There go your. All right, but that wraps everything up with Shakedown DMV. You can catch us on Twitter, also on YouTube, Shakedown DMV. We will be doing shows. Hopefully, we can get some more shows in throughout the off season as well. And just follow us, stay tuned, and just have an amazing weekend.
All right, everybody. Thanks for tuning in to the Ins and Out of D with the Shakedown crew and our very special guest, Darren Haynes. Appreciate y'all. He throwing up the hooks. Omega Psi.
Hey, man, I'm glad Darren Haynes was able to come out, man. I appreciate you for coming out, man.
Nah, this was dope. Let's not make it the last, though.
Yes, let's not.
Absolutely. But
Alrighty.
tune in, everybody. I'll see you guys later.
All right.
Patrick out with the hip injury. Terry McLaurin.
Now looking to throw. Loops the ball up. Leaping